Hi there, I'm Stephanie Arnold, a Beachbody coach and founder of the Anchored Nation team and a diamond coach for the Back to Back Fitness Tribe. And I am hosted a call tonight for our team on how to use Facebook like a boss, and we forgot to record it. So I'm going to go through my slides for you just briefly for those that missed it tonight. So real quick, I told you who I am, what we're going to cover, and I'm just going to get straight into it and not waste any of your time. And there we go. Okay, so first thing to using Facebook like a boss, you've got to look like a boss. So I'm talking about your cover photo on your personal Facebook page. Our like page is important. You should do that too, but that's not what I'm talking about tonight. Focusing on your personal page, it needs to look like a business. You've got to show up, and people need to see that you are passionate about helping them, about living a happy, positive life. You are a fun person. You are passionate about your family or your dogs or whatever it is. You need to share your cover photo needs to share something about you. These are some examples from coaches, a couple coaches on my team, and what our Facebook pages look like, just to give you an idea of how to get started and what this can look like. You can look at countless other coaches and see, but you want this to look like your business is open. I recommend you stay away from using just one photo of like your whole family or of just your kids or something like that. A lot of times people hide behind, pictures of just their kids. We want to get away from that. People need to see who you are, what you look like. They need to know exactly who they're working with and who they're talking to. So put your face on that banner. As I say that, I'm actually looking at this is mine here, and that's a picture of me, but you don't know that. I just really like that photo. So, but I have what I stand for right there too. So you want people to see that when they come to your page. You want them to look at that banner and say, "Ooh, this person's interesting," and you want them to scroll down. So that's what you're trying to get to. That little snapshot there, the cover photo, is to get them to scroll further down. So I encourage you to do that. Make that look good. You can make this yourself with a website like PicMonkey.com or Canva.com, or if you're fancy, you can use Photoshop. But you don't have to buy Photoshop. Those are two great websites that let you do it for free. That's where I created mine, and I know that's where Michelle created hers. And then you can also go to, if you've got a friend that's in graphic design, or you can go to a place like Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. You can pay somebody $5 or $10 to create one for you. And that's what Claire here did. She had a graphic designer create hers. So you can do it however you want to do it. But I encourage you just do it, make it look good, and show who you are, what you stand for, and that you're here to help. Next is your profile photo. There is no reason that your profile picture should be anything other than a picture of your face. And it should be a headshot, not a full body shot. This is a small little photo. When people are messaging you on Facebook, all they see is this tiny little photo like the size of your thumbnail. That's what it is. All they're going to get is that thumbnail. And so it needs to be as big as it can be of your face. So you don't have to have a professional photo if you don't have a photographer friend, or you don't have any recent professional photos. Don't let that stop you. That's not an excuse. Go outside in the sunshine. Look at go stand in the shade and look towards the light. Take a good photo of yourself on on a Sunday morning before church or something, or on your way to work when your hair's done, your makeup's done. You feel good. Snap a picture. Snap a couple. Find a good angle for you, and just work it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can totally be a selfie. It just needs to be your face there. Period. Nothing else, just you. Not you and your 5 kids, not you and your husband. It needs to be you. People need to know when they come to your page, this is who they're working with. This is who they're talking to. So do that. Next, you need to act like a boss. If you are a Beachbody coach, people need to know it. People need to see it every single day. Consistency is key here. You need to be, it is not rocket science. This business is a very simple business. We talk about, you need to be doing personal development on a daily basis. You need to be bettering yourself. You need to be drinking Shakeology and working out, being a product of our product, showing people that they work and that they are part of your lifestyle. They are not just a fad or a product that you sell, but this is part of your lifestyle. This is the lifestyle that we live as coaches. They need to see that. So you need to be posting about it. Don't ever worry about posting too much about workouts. What you're doing there is you're showing people that you're consistent. Just don't post, workout check, workout check, workout check, at the gym today, find ways to be creative with your workout photos. Mix up, share a cool, video. This one on the left is actually, I screenshotted a video here of one of my coaches doing a plyo move, which plyo moves really get a lot of traction because they look really freaking cool. They're like party tricks, most plyo moves. So you can do an exercise video. You can do a demonstration, show somebody how to do a workout that you're doing, or you can just, pose with your weights, or, a sweaty selfie. There's so many different things that you can do. Don't feel like you're over posting when it comes to working out. Yes, don't only post that kind of stuff. We want you to post 3 to 5 times a day, but if one of those 5 posts a day is a workout, that's not going to be overloading it. So don't worry about it. You need to be sharing those things consistently. So I have this written on my mirror at the bottom here, the shake, sweat, share, repeat, just to keep me on my game. And for me, I use my Facebook like this as my accountability, because on a day I take a photo of my workout every time I do it, or I make a video every time I do it, because I will tell you there are days that I don't work out because I don't like to work out, and I'm working on that. That is what the vital behavior that's the hardest for me as a coach, to be honest. I don't like working out most of the time, and so I have to push myself. I mean, once I do it, I love it. Right now I'm talking so fast because I'm on a high because I just finished my workout late tonight, but just getting myself to push play some days is rough. So on a day that there's not a workout posted on my Facebook, it is likely that I did not work out. And so for me, it's my own accountability. And so I need people to see that I'm doing this, and so I'm going to post it. So I encourage you to do the same. Your consistency is what's going to get you results. In the same way that, you can't work out, for 5 hours on Friday and it count for the whole week. That's not how it works. You've got to be doing these little things every day and showing that you're doing them consistently over time. People need to see. I've been a coach now for 2 years, and I'm still drinking Shakeology every day. I buy 2 bags a month in our house because my husband and I drink it consistently. My baby drinks it consistently, and it's what fuels us. So people need to know that. They need to see it. So there you go. You need to act like a boss by posting consistently on your Facebook page. Don't not show up to your business. This is your store. You wouldn't own a storefront and not open your business on a Tuesday because you didn't feel like it or because something came up. Business is going to go on as usual, no matter what's going on in your life. Those are the things that you have control over. You have control over you getting a workout done in your day. You've got 30 minutes somewhere in your day to get a workout in. You've got, a minute and a half to make a shake. That is not a time issue. That's not an excuse on not being consistent. This is a business. You got to treat it like one. You got to show up every single day. Next, so I'm going to go through a couple tools that I use that help make Facebook more manageable, because we all know that Facebook can be a giant abyss that you get sucked into. It's like a vortex. It just sucks. You look down at your phone and half an hour later, you're like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? What? So, knowing, like, I've built my entire Beachbody coaching business on Facebook. I've used I've used YouTube a little bit. I've also used Instagram just a tad, and I'm trying now to expand to other social media, but primarily my entire I have focused on learning how to use Facebook successfully, and that's where I've spent all my time and energy. So in order to do that and not get sucked into a vortex every day while I'm at work and spend every minute of my day on Facebook, I have learned to use a couple techniques and tricks and features that Facebook has given us to make this an easier process for me. And the first one here is a newsfeed eradicator. So this screenshot here is of my home page on my Facebook. So when you click home, normally there's a newsfeed here that's popping up with beautiful baby photos or someone's wedding photos or engagement pictures, some cool random video that may be really interesting to me that I really do want to watch. But it's not time for me to watch Facebook videos. It's not time for me to watch really cool recipes that I'm never going to make on really cool made videos and stuff on Facebook. It's time, when I'm on Facebook, it's time to work. These are work hours for me. I need to get my power hour in. I got a baby that's going to wake up from a nap really soon. I got to get in here, get in and get out. So on my homepage, you can install Newsfeed Eradicator just by typing these words in to your Google search bar, or you're probably even in your Facebook search bar here. And it's a Google extension that you just install. It's a free installation, real quick. It takes like 5 seconds to install, and then it will just delete your newsfeed. Like, this is my homepage, and there's nothing here. Like, you can scroll. Oops, sorry. This is a screenshot, but you could scroll down. There's nothing here. They just give you some cool, like, motivational quote, and that's all you get. So it forces you to be intentional with your scrolling, and I'm going to show you how I am intentional with my scrolling in a moment, because we do want to interact with other people on Facebook. So I'm going to show you how I do that in a minute. But this has been the number one key factor in my business, and I forgot how awesome this was because I just got a new computer about a month ago, and I hadn't installed the this Google extension on the new computer yet, and so I was getting my newsfeed and I forgot how freaking distracting it can be while you're working. So I leave that alone. Next, see first. This is a really cool feature. When you go to someone's personal page, you can click the arrow here, and you can click to see them first or to not see them at all. And for me, I do this for all of my new coaches. When someone signs up with me, I put see first. So then when I am scrolling, I can't scroll from my my computer, but like on my phone when I'm out, I don't even know if you can eradicate your Facebook newsfeed on your phone. So when I am out and about, like waiting in line or sitting, in the car somewhere waiting, I can scroll. And by marking my new coaches as see first, anything that they post recently is going to show up when I'm scrolling. So it forces me to work and not just show up with those random, videos of cats or whatever's on Facebook. And so that way I can start directing them, and I can interact with them on Facebook. I can like their posts, and I can tell them, oh, this is a great one. I can share it with our team and pat them on the back when they make a great post. Or I can shoot them a message if they're posting something that's coming off really salesy or that I'm not sure is according to their brand. I can work with them a lot because I'm seeing their stuff. So see first is a great tool to use. Next is using lists. So this is how I Facebook scroll. I create a list. So this Facebook profile, Ginny Tran here, she's a coach on my team. Once we became friends on Facebook, and once she joined my team, I added her on this friends tab here on the top of their profile page. You can click add to another list. And this is really small font here, but this says downline. I have lists for all of my downline coaches, and I added her to this list. And then you can scroll down this bar right here on your Facebook, and there's a tab called lists, and if you click see more, it gives you the option of which ones you want to tag on the left hand side here. So that's what I did here. I tagged my downline and customer lists. So now I can click these lists from the left-hand panel of my homepage on Facebook, and it will give me this news feed down here of all the coaches that are in my downline. So it'll show them in order of like most recent, however most traction the way Facebook does their algorithm. But so everything in this news feed that I'm about to scroll through here is all sorry. Everything in this newsfeed is all coaches in my downline. Or I can click this one and it'll be all coaches, all customers that I've had. So I can go and interact with them, go like all their stuff on Facebook and show them that I'm watching them and supporting them and following their journey too. So I love these features. I will set a timer because just like a regular newsfeed, this can get too much. I can get sucked into this and go too far backwards in this. So I typically, and I only probably do it because I do it every day, I only do it for about 5 minutes. Sometimes if I'm feeling really honestly, if I'm like watching Netflix and I'm really just looking for something to do, that's when I'll do it. But when it's business hours, I will set a timer for 5 minutes and just get in and get it done. Like their stuff, share maybe a post with one of my new coaches that I'm proud of them for on our team page to highlight them, kind of thing. So use Facebook lists to your advantage. I highly recommend them. I have other lists here for people that are in other MLMs or new coaches, or maybe they are a Beachbody coach and they're not on my team. And so I kind of label them here with those lists too, so I know who to focus on. And if someone's in another MLM that's working a business, I'm not going to use them as a prospect. I'm not going to try to invite them to join my challenge group, kind of thing. So it kind of just helps me find out who my prospects are that way too. Next is follow and unfollow. So as a new coach, this is two different ways here. So as a new coach, I encourage you to follow coaches. I've been in the business now for 2 years. Once you start, you don't have to wait till you're in the business for 2 years, but once you understand what you're doing, I encourage you to unfollow coaches. But in the beginning, following coaches like this page here, this is Lindsay Matway. She is my grand coach, I guess, maybe would you call her? She is my upline coach, and she has, she's one of the top coaches in the network. She's been top 5 coach, 5 times in a row now. If this is accurate now, it might be more than that at this point. But she is a rock star, and you can go to your back office and go to the news and training and go to recognition tab and find the top 10 coaches and find them and search them all on Facebook. That's what I did as a new coach. So I could see what the most successful people in this business, what they're doing, so I could emulate it. And so it can inspire you to figure out what's working, what they post, what their workout photos look like, what they're sharing about Shakeology, what they're sharing about objections and all that kind of stuff. And so it really helps you to just kind of understand how to post and what to post and how to find your voice on Facebook. So I encourage you to use this. If you click this follow button, it's like adding them as a friend. They'll show up on your newsfeed if you're using your newsfeed, or like on your phone, for instance. But then once you have an idea of what you're doing, I actually encourage you at this point in my business, you can see this is not highlighted. I unfollowed most of the coaches in the network. I follow coaches on my team, and I follow coaches like my Success Partner coaches. But outside of that, I don't follow top coaches anymore because I was finding that I was posting too much like Lindsay Matway or like other top coaches. And I don't want that. Like, that's not who I am. I am Stephanie Arnold. I want to brand myself as Stephanie Arnold. I've got a voice of my own. I've got my own story. And I don't ever want someone else's story to influence who I am. And I'm not trying to recreate what Lindsay Matway's brand. I am my own brand, and I need to establish that. So use it as inspiration. And on days that I'm not feeling inspired, I will be honest, I will go back to her page. I'll type her name in like this and go to her page, or I'll go to Bonnie Engle's page, or I'll go to Becca Robinson's page, other bombshell coaches that I can relate to, and that their stuff like affects me, or I can relate to their posting. And I'll go through and I'll kind of do a quick scroll to see what they're posting about lately, and it'll kind of maybe inspire something for me to start posting about, and so I'll get back to work. But it's a rare thing now. It's not something that I do, and also because you don't want to compare. For me, with the place that I'm at, my business, I can't even like sit on the same bench as a coach that's #1 top coach in the network. You know, I'm on my way. I have plans to get there, but I don't want to compare consistently to that lifestyle, to where she's at. I want to be inspired and motivated, but I don't want to compare. So unfollowing has really helped me in that. And a lot of us, I know, struggle with comparison, so that could help you as well. Next is sorting your messages. This is one of my favorites. So before I even say this, you need to be using a system outside of Facebook to organize the people that you're talking to. You need to have a list of your coaches and customers and a list of your prospects. It doesn't matter what system you use. I'm currently using Teamzy.com to organize my contacts. I don't care what you use. You can use a notebook. You can use Excel. You can use Asana. You can, buy some other program. It doesn't matter what you use. You just need to use something, and it cannot be Facebook Messenger because it is so unorganized. It's a hot freaking mess. So don't count on Facebook Messenger to do your follow-ups for you. You want to be tracking that on your own. So that being said, we'll move through how I deal with Facebook Messenger. So first thing is, if you go to this, I don't know if you can actually see my mouse right now, but between the Facebook friends and the world here, there's a little message box. That's where you'll see how many new messages you have usually. If you click on that, your top 5 or 6 messages will show up, and then underneath that will be a bar that says see all or see more maybe. You click on that and it'll take you to this page here that I have highlighted, and all of your messages will show up here. You've got a search bar now over here that you can type in for anybody specific that you're looking for. So I use this when I'm doing my power hour and I'm following up with certain people to see if they've returned my message so far. So I'll respond to those messages first. But then you can use this cool tab here, this More tab. And if I click on the next slide, I think, yeah. If you click the More tab, you can sort them. And so this will filter them so it will just show the unread messages. So then it will just hide all the other messages out of my way, and it will show me only the unread messages. So I highly recommend that. Next, filtered. I'm not sure, to be honest, what that one is. I haven't used that one much, but archived is when there's a coach or not a coach, but somebody that I'm talking to that's just not interested, or I sent out an invite and I haven't heard anything back, I will archive that message. And all it does is just puts it out of this window frame. So it just gives me less messages in my inbox, which just makes me happy and helps me stay more organized. Because you can see right now that, when I took this screenshot, I was 72 messages in the hole. So I get a lot of messages, and so keeping them organized is hard, and so this really helps. So you can sort them by unread, and then that keeps them in order of when you got them. So you can just scroll to the bottom and find your oldest message from a couple days ago and respond to that one first, and so it helps you to stay in order that way. Next, this is also a tool that I use all the freaking time, is mark as unread. So if you open a message up while you're on the go, while you're waiting in the car, somebody messages you and you open it up and it says, hey, can you send me a picture of the back of the bag of Shakeology? I got this message the other day. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. But I didn't have it with me. I don't carry my bag of Shakeology in the car. So I told her, I was like, hey, no problem. I'm on the road now. When I get home, I'll shoot you a picture later today. So I knew that I would forget that, because I can count on myself to forget, because I'm a mom and I've got 18 18,000 other things going on in my head at any given moment. So I went right back to her message that she sent me, and if you go from this, you can only do it from this view. But if from this view, you can go to right next to the X, where the X would be an archive this message. But right in the center here, you can mark as unread, and so it'll just show up as an unread message again, like you didn't even open it. So I love that feature. I wish text messages had that feature. Apple, if you listening to this, texting having that feature would be awesome too. But yeah, so you can do that. So you can go back to that message and you don't forget about it. So do that. Next is when I am on Facebook and I am doing my power hour, or I am working on a project, or I am just trying to specifically message people right now. Especially if you're messaging, I try to get my like power hour messages, my invites and my connects and stuff. I try to get those done early in the morning before people are on Facebook. Like as a mom, I wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, try to get those done before breakfast. So they're already sent out for the day, and so nobody's responding. But if you're doing them later in the day, a lot of times people are responding immediately. And so if you have chat turned on, those boxes or those conversations are just popping up all over the place and driving you crazy and just distracting you and making you talk to that person, making that look really, because it looks urgent when they're right in front of you and it pops up in your face. It looks urgent and you need to deal with it right away. And a lot of times that's not the case. You need to be responding to the person that you were, following up with yesterday that's interested in a challenge pack, not necessarily responding to the girl who you told had a really cute baby, So it just helps you prioritize. So if you go to chat, open the little dial thing there and just turn off chat, you're still going to get messages. They're just going to go straight to your inbox instead of pop up at the bottom, which is, like I said, one of my favorite things. So I encourage you to use that feature. Next is groups. Facebook groups are an amazing tool that we have to use as coaches to really just keep us connected and in the know. And so there's a lot of different Facebook groups as a Beachbody coach that you can be a part of. Not even listed here. First off, like when you become a coach, you can get invited to the Beachbody Champions page, which is like all coaches in Beachbody Network, and Beachbody corporate posts in there, post updates and any cool stuff that you need to know. You can join that group. But your upline coaches group, for me, that is the Back to Back Fitness Tribe. That's my coach's team page, and she posts in that group. There's always training available. There's anything that's going on with our team that we're doing specifically, that we're doing together, or we're offering for our downline. It's going to be posted in there. That's where I'm going to find out new information first, because my coach is further in this business than I am, and so she knows more. She has access to more. A lot of times, coaches, the further you are along in the business, the sooner you get information, if that makes sense. So my coach is part of Facebook groups that I'm not invited to yet because I'm not that far in my business. So she has access to more information than I do, and so she can share that with her team. So me being a part of my uplines group helps me to be in the know and know what's going on in Facebook and know, or in Beachbody world, and know what's coming up next, kind of thing. So you need to be a part of your uplines Facebook group. And by being a part of this doesn't mean you have to check into this group and comment and like on every single thing you ever see on that group. But I do encourage you to check it, 2 to 3 times a week, and, depending on how active you are with your business, and, show your coach support by liking what's in the page, show your coach support by commenting, and checking out the different stuff, playing catch up and watching some of the training that's available, or asking questions there on my team page. It's a great resource to connect you with other coaches, to meet other people that are doing exactly what you're doing, that are in the trenches with you, to find them and to know them, and just to build those relationships. Next is you need to have your own challenge group on Facebook. I created my challenge group actually back in January, and I was trying out a new thing that's actually worked really well for our team, where I just put them in the same group every single month. I don't open a new group every month. I just put them in, I just dump as soon as somebody signs up for the challenge pack, I add them to this group. And I post them like a new welcome coach post almost, but it says like newest challenger, Ashley's joining our challenge group. Welcome her. She's starting with Shakeology and PiYo, next week. And so I'll just add them all into that group, and then I host monthly challenges on the Beachbody Challenger app, and I post, and so I invite people from that actual Facebook group to the Challenger app. But it's been great because it really helps my challengers all become connected. And the ones that you always have challengers that, want to do a challenge every single month. And then you have some that'll do like 3 challenges and then they'll never talk to you for 6 months and then they come back. And I've noticed that having this group has really kept my coaches or my customers all together in one place. And so the ones that are fallen off of Shakeology are coming back onto it because they're seeing other people get results and they're having that accountability and they're checking into this group. And so being a part of a challenge group is going to keep you as a coach accountable to your own goals, but it's also going to put you out and make you a leader. So whether you do this on your own or you do it with another coach, I encourage you, you need to be hosting your own challenge group every single month. Next is your own team page. So my coach, Brandy, started this Back-to-Back Fitness Tribe page when I was her very first coach that she signed up. And she started this page, and she didn't even have a team name back then. It was, the name of the group was Brandy's Coaches, and it was me and Brandy, period. And she started the group then, and she started posting in it and started teaching herself how to lead and how to be present and forcing her to show up as a leader and post every day in that group, and giving me content and helping lead me in my business. And it kind of forced her into a leadership role, so it made her grow. And I followed her example. The moment I had my first coach sign up, I created my own team page. I don't even remember. I came up with a name because I was so focused on coming up with a name. I came up with one, and I hated it like a week later. And it's not my team now is the Anchored Nation, and that came after being a coach for like 6 or 9 months. That name was really born. So don't get focused on a name. Don't worry about a name yet. Create a page. It can be Ashley's Coaches. That's fine. Just create a team page and start building a team camaraderie and a culture within your own team there, and show up as a leader so your coaches aren't trying to overstep you and come to your upline coach, but they will see you as a leader and they'll come to you for help and to motivate them and to move them forward in their business. You don't have to know everything to have a team page. You don't have to pretend that you know everything. I don't know everything about the business. My coach doesn't even know everything about this business. But we're leading the one. We do know more than the new coach. So we've been in the new coach's shoes, and we can help that coach get started and know how to get you started. And we're trying. I'm working hard to stay 2 steps ahead, so I can consistently have more information and new stuff to be able to help my team grow. And these are some great resources here, not resources. Just reasons to use groups. It's gonna grow you because it's gonna expose you to in your uplines group. It's gonna expose you to training and get you connected with other people and to just get you connected. So you're rubbing shoulders with people that are lifting you up and pushing you to be better. It's gonna hold you. Hosting your own challenge group is gonna hold you accountable to your own fitness goals. As coaches, we can lose sight of that, but we have to be working out and sharing it constantly too. It's going to keep you in the know, and you're going to know what's going on in the Beachbody world. It's going to teach you how to lead, how to be a leader, and it's going to increase your volume. I shared, with my challenge group that people that have fallen off Shakeology, I'm noticing them coming back around, or people that are seeing other people do new programs. They're jumping on and they're jumping back and trying a new program, and because they're meeting other challengers that are having success with programs, so they're able to ask those people that they're building trust with. So it's not just Stephanie is doing this workout, and so this is the one I need to do because I trust Stephanie. They're able to build trust with other people in the challenge group and get exposed to almost all of the programs that we have with the amount of people that are in my challenge group now. So they've got somebody that they can post in there and say, hey, who's done P90X? What are your thoughts? How do I, can I handle that? What do I need at home for this? And so they can get other input from outside sources. So it's kind of just increases the volume and my sales from me personally and from our team. Next, so you're a part of those groups. Now organizing them is important because as a coach, you can get invited to so many groups. It can get overwhelming really fast. But those 3 that I mentioned, those are the ones that you need to really focus on. Those are the most important groups. And what you can do is when you go to the group, this screenshot here shows you on the ... when you're in the group page, if you go to this ... underneath the banner and click add to favorites, it will show up on the left side of your home page here on Facebook. And this, I blew it up over here for you. And then once it's over here, if you click, I think it's on like the right of all these pretty little icons here, or maybe right click it, I'm not exactly sure, but one way you'll click it over here and you can rearrange them, and so you can put them in priority order. And that's exactly what I do here. Every day I set a timer and I go through and I check these groups. And I don't necessarily post in all of them. In my groups that I'm the leader in, I do. But in the groups that I participate in, maybe I don't have to post something every day, but I check out to see what's going on and see anything new that I need to know. But I have, this is my team page here, Anchored Nation, and then this is the new coach training, and this is a further training for our coaches, Coach Basics. This is the Anchored Nation Fit and Healthy lifestyle group. This is my challenge group. My Back-to-Back Fitness Tribe, that's my uplines challenge group or team page. And then the Diamond group, this is a leadership group that I'm a part of for my upline. And so like there's just different groups here, and it shows you like this Beachbody Champions one. This is a generic one for all Beachbody coaches, and like I've got 20 plus notifications. This is in your notifications here, how much action's happening since the last time you checked into that group. And like this one, I haven't checked into this group because people post in this all the time, and me being where I'm at with my business, it's not always new information for me. I'm getting a lot of this information from other groups that I'm a part of, so I don't typically check into this one as often. But so that's how you just get that idea. You can organize these groups in priority, and then, don't let yourself get lost and hang out in your challenge group all day long. When you have a good challenge group, a lot of times it's really exciting and you want to hang out there all day, but don't let yourself get caught into it. Post, post or check in what you need to do, but set a timer and keep yourself moving. So that is what I have for you. That is my last slide. I hope this was helpful for you, just to kind of help you learn how to use Facebook like a boss and to own it and don't let it own you and run you. And I hope this is helpful for you. If you have questions, please reach out to me. You can reach me by at facebook.com/StephArnold20 or by email at coachstepharnold@gmail.com. All right, thanks for tuning in and have a great night.